National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation game. This is a push your luck dice game based on the movie loosely. As you can see here, we have the Marty Moose eggnog cup that is for rolling the dice, but I'm going to leave it here displayed so it doesn't make a lot of noise as I'm recording. This game is for 2 to 5 players. There are individual decks of cards for each player. There's the yellow, the brown, the blue. That's a Marty Moose Cup. I'm going to be playing a 2-player game. I'll be playing both. I'm going to say the green deck is Clark Griswold and the red deck is Mr. Shirley, his evil boss. The game comes with this board that seems like its only practical use is the discards, but I'm going to put this dice tray out here so that the rolls aren't excruciating to listen to. There are 6 dice that come with the game. The red dice have 3 blank sides, they have 2 Santa hats, and then they have 1 Cousin Eddie hat. If you know the game Zombie Dice, you know that when you get the shotgun blasts, 3 of them and you're out. In this game, it's Cousin Eddie's hat. The Santa hats will let you draw cards, and the green dice have some special figures on them. They've got the wreath that you'll see what it does, and there are 2 of those, and then there's 1 Christmas bonus. The decks have 25 cards each. There are 4 each of cards numbered 1 through 6, and then there's 1 wild card. The goal of the game is to draw cards from a deck on your turn, and then hopefully be able to get rid of them. You can get rid of them in sequential order, like 3, 4, 5. As long as you have 3 in a row, you can get rid of them at the end of your turn, assuming you don't bust. Or you can get sets of numbers like 1s, 2s, 3s, and 1 card is a set. So I don't think it needs much more explanation than that. Let's go ahead and get started. At the beginning of the turn, we're going to let Clark go first since he's such a nice guy and it's the Christmas season. I really do love the art on this. It's pretty goofy, but so is the movie. So I'm going to be rolling. You roll all the dice. I'm going to call that a Cousin Eddie. So I already start with 2 Eddie hats. You set those aside, and then for each hat that you've rolled, either by itself or as a wreath or the Christmas bonus, you're going to draw a card. So I drew the 1 wild right off the top, and then I have a 2 and a 6. So nothing special happens here. I can continue and roll these 4 dice, but if I get 1 more hat, I'm out. Or I can choose to end my turn and I'll be able to get rid of, basically I could use the 1 wild card and make it either a pair of 6s or a pair of 2s, or I could get rid of 1 or the other of these. I think I'm just going to press my luck here. This is not a great start for Clark. He gets to draw 3 more cards now, so that makes it more interesting. 1, 2, 3. All right, I think what I'll do here is I'm going to end my turn and I am going to take these 2 6s. I'm going to save the wild card because there's only 1 of them. And you'll see to win the game, you have to go out. So I want to get rid of all 25 cards. So I'm going to discard these 2. They're out of the game. And then the rest of these get shuffled back into the green deck. And that will end Clark's turn. Now it goes to Mr. Shirley. I take Cousin Eddie back. And we roll for Mr. Shirley. All right, he gets 1 Eddie. He's got the Clark Christmas bonus. That's ironic. That also lets you draw a card, but you'll see. So I'm going to draw 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, for Mr. Shirley. Now, I have a set here, 2, 3, 4, because you have to have at least 3 in a sequence. And this allows me, this Christmas bonus is only on the green die by itself, and it only has 1 of those, so it's pretty hard to roll that probabilities wise. But here what it lets me do is I can turn in a set like I would if it was the end of my turn, but I could keep going. So I'm definitely going to get rid of all 3 of these, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to keep going. Normally you can only do that at the end of your turn, but that's the bonus. It's the gift that keeps giving all year long. All right, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mr. Shirley, the rich getting richer. Gets to draw 5 cards. Again, there's 4 of each number and then the 1 wild. All right, I don't get to do anything special here, but I do have the 1, 2, 3. If I could get a 4, I could get rid of all of these and end the turn, but I'm going to keep going. Mr. Shirley. All right, so there's an Eddie, and he gets to draw 1 card. And it's a 6. All right, well, I think he's not going to look the gift horse in the mouth here. I think we're going to go ahead and end the turn and take the 1, 2, 3. You can only turn in 1 set. I can't turn in the 6s, so these are just going to get shuffled back into Mr. Shirley's deck. And it will be Clark's turn. I take Eddie back. It's a very simple game, as you can see. It really does remind me of Zombie Dice, but I can picture the family sitting around watching Christmas Vacation while playing this game. It's perfect for that. Clark's turn. All right, he got a Christmas wreath and 3 Santa hats, no Eddie. So he gets to draw 4 cards. And the Christmas wreath is not quite as good as the Christmas bonus. Nothing is. But this lets you get rid of 1 card and keep going. So I'm going to get rid of this 1, and then we'll keep going. Wow, 2 Eddies. That's not good. That could have been a pretty bad bust. I get to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. So we have a 3, 4, 5. I get to get rid of 1. I'm going to get rid of this 1. And then I'm going to end my turn because I'll be able to turn into 3, 4, 5. Again, you can only do one or the other. You couldn't take all of those. So it's not a bad turn for Clark. At least he hasn't busted. So back to Mr. Shirley, the red deck. He gets to draw 2 cards, and that's, ooh, I forgot to take this one back and shuffle it into Clark's deck. Two cards for Mr. Shirley. 1, 2. He either would end his turn and get rid of either one of those, or he's going to keep going, which he has no Eddie hats yet. There's 1. All right, he got the coveted Christmas bonus. Again, ironic, since he was so cheap about giving those. If I Had a Rubber Hose. It's one of my favorite movies. 1, 2. Well, he doesn't have a set here anywhere, so he can just get rid of 1. I'm going to get rid of, we'll get rid of the 1, because a 5 here gets us a set. But I can keep going because the Christmas bonus or the wreath lets you keep going. And there is a wreath, but there's another Eddie. Okay. He gets to draw 2 cards. Again, he's looking for a 5 right here. Well, that's not too bad. All right, the wreath lets him get rid of 1 card. He'll get rid of the 3. And he could keep going, but he's going to end his turn and turn in all of his 6s. So, and then this gets shuffled back into his deck, and it is back to Clark again. Clark, the green player, rolling it up. There is Eddie. You surprised to see me, Clark? Edward, if I woke up with my head stapled to the carpet, I wouldn't be any more surprised. 2 hats. Draw 2 cards. Can't do anything with them unless I want to end my turn, and I don't. So roll those up. No Eddie hats, that's good. 2 Santa hats. There's a 2. Wild card. I could get 3 2s there. I'm just going to keep going. Clark's feeling lucky. We draw 3 cards, and we're going to be able to get rid of 1 and still continue our turn if we want. Wow, get a run here. Okay. The 1 card we'll get rid of is the 6. And then I think we're going to go ahead, we're going to keep rolling. We're going to press our luck here. Probably a bad move. No, not at all. There's the Eddie hats and we get to draw one only. There's that 5 we were looking for. 2, 3, 4, 5. Can get rid of 4 cards. And we can still keep going if we want. I could get rid of the wild, but I'm going to save it because it might help me make a bigger match at the end. But the 2, 3, 4, 5 are gone. And Clark could end his turn. I think he will. He's just going to take the 2. He's a family man. He's playing it safe. We shuffle these 2 back in. I think he's winning, barely, over Mr. Shirley. Okay. Played by Bill Murray's brother, Brian Doyle Murray. That is the boss. All right, Mr. Shirley's turn. To Cousin Eddie. I shouldn't be rooting for him, and I'm really not, but I feel like he was misunderstood. Just looking to take care of the bottom line. It's the little people like you, Grismond. All right, the 1 and the 4. Not much to do here. Not much to lose either, so he's going to press on and hope that Cousin Eddie stays in the RV. And he does. Look at this power move from Mr. Shirley. 1 card. He gets to draw 4, 2, 3. Uh-oh. 4. All right. Well, he has the Christmas bonus, so he's just going to go ahead and get rid of these 3. And then he's going to press his luck again. Maybe he gets a 2 here. Look at, you got to spend money to make money. There he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets to draw 2 more cards anyway. There's a 4 and a 5. Look at that. He's going to end his turn there with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 4 is going to get shuffled back in, but that was a huge move for Mr. Shirley. Okay. Tell me what his first name was in the comments if you can remember. I want to say Bill, but I think I'm wrong. All right. Now it's Clark's turn. It's getting close to Christmas Day. He hasn't gotten his bonus. He can't build his pool. He needs to make a move here. Eddie, always a thorn in his side. He gets to draw 2 cards. He gets to get rid of 1 and keep going. He'll get rid of the 4, and he's going to keep going. He doesn't want to see Eddie at all. Well, he does. He gets to draw 3 cards, though. Maybe they'll be good ones here. 1, 2, 3. You know, he's going to end his turn and get rid of the 2 3s. He believes in Christmas. He's hoping that Mr. Shirley stumbles here and he can stay in the game. Mr. Shirley, I think they have both about 5 or so cards in the deck, maybe a little bit less. Mr. Shirley rolls. Look at those Santa hats and a Christmas bonus. He might be able to end it. The game ends immediately when all of the cards for 1 player are discarded. He gets to draw 6 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all of his cards. Okay, and don't forget, he gets to keep going. Now, if he can't draw cards, that's fine. He can still get rid of them either at the end of his turn or if he rolls these green dice. But he's got a 1, 2. Let's see here. He's going to go with the 1, 2, 3 and get rid of those. Now, and he got no Eddie hats. So if he were to end his turn right now, Clark would only get 1 more turn. But Mr. Shirley, because at the end of Clark's next turn, unless Mr. Shirley busts on the first roll, he can end his turn and get rid of the 6. But if he rolls anything on the green die that's either a star or a wreath, I think it's game over for Clark Griswold. Okay, well, Clark's still alive here. You do have 1 Eddie hat. I would be able to draw 2, but there's none left in Mr. Shirley's deck. And the green one doesn't let him continue his turn with anything like a wreath or the bonus, but he's going to keep going. Okay, there's a wreath. So he can immediately get rid of that card. And now he will end his turn and turn in the 2 4s. And unfortunately for Clark, he does not get his Christmas bonus in time. Well, that's it for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation game by Funko. Thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Have a happy holiday. The little ones aren't twinkling, Clark.